They say you're free because you can choose. But real freedom isn't about how many choices you have. It's about who profits from them. And if every choice you make makes someone else richer, you're not free, you're funded. You wake up and check your phone before you even check your pulse. A machine tells you what matters, what's trending, and what's worth your attention. With every swipe, it sells that attention to the highest bidder. You were taught that money is earned through work, but today money is earned through control. The people who own the platforms, the banks, the data, they don't work harder than you. They just figured out how to own the pipeline that connects what you do to what they sell. You think you're being entertained, but entertainment is the delivery system. You think you're staying informed, but the feed is the filter. And the longer you look, the tighter the algorithm wraps around your wallet. Control has evolved. It doesn't shout or shove, it whispers in metrics and notifications. It tells you what to want, when to buy, how to think, and who to blame. Debt was the first leash, a perfect system that rewards compliance and punishes curiosity. Borrow, spend, repay, repeat, and call it progress. They said home ownership is the dream. But 30 years of payments is a quiet prison sentence. Every mortgage statement is proof that ownership has been rebranded as responsibility. And what about your time? The 40-hour workweek was once a badge of honor. Now it's a permission slip to survive. You give away the best hours of your life to keep access to basic needs you already earned. Then there's the subscription trap. You pay for music you don't own, movies you don't keep, and software that stops working when you stop paying. Everything that used to be a product is now a payment plan. That's not innovation, that's rent. The digital world turned ownership into an endless invoice. And the moment you stop paying, the illusion of freedom disappears. Meanwhile, data became the new oil. Every post, every search, every location ping is a microtransaction of your privacy. You don't remember agreeing to sell it because they hid the sale inside the agree button. The system doesn't need to hide anymore, it just needs to distract you. While you're watching a 30-second ad, they're watching you. They know what you skip, what you linger on, and what makes you angry enough to click again. They even know what time of day you're most impulsive. They know the tone of video that keeps you scrolling when you should be sleeping. They know how to package control so it feels like choice. But here's the shift. Once you understand how they monetize you, you can flip it. The same mechanics that sell your attention can sell your value. When you learn to package what you know, you stop being inventory and start being an enterprise. Every post can become a product. Every skill can become a service. Every opinion can become a message that builds your brand instead of theirs. That's why ownership matters more than ever. Not just of things, but of distribution. If you control the pipeline that carries your work to the world has to pay you to reach it. You don't need millions of followers. You need a message that can't be muted and a system that pays you while you sleep. The wealthy don't have more hours, they have more multipliers. Start by building digital assets. A website, a course, a product, a story, something that works even when you don't. The first stream of passive income isn't about money, it's about momentum. Then turn your data into defense. Track your time, measure your habits, guard your focus like it's currency. Because it is, and the moment you start treating it that way, the algorithm stops owning you. Every notification is a bid for your energy. Most people sell cheap. You can choose to raise your price by saying no. Control is never taken. It's traded away. They offer comfort, speed, convenience, and you sign the contract in seconds. You can end that contract anytime by asking one question. Does this make me money or does it make someone money off me? If it's the latter, automate it or eliminate it. Free time isn't luxury, it's leverage. You can't build freedom when you're too busy feeding someone else's funnel. And remember, monetization is neutral. The same system that exploits can empower. It all depends on who's steering it. The influencers who look free are often owned by the same brands they pretend to escape. They rent attention, they don't own it. Real independence starts when you no longer need permission to profit. You can't unplug from the machine, but you can rewire it. Use its power to amplify your creation instead of your consumption. Use its tools to build assets instead of addictions. Because every moment you create, you write yourself out of their balance sheet. Every dollar you earn on your terms is a vote against their control. And every time you teach someone else to do it, the system loses a customer and gains a competitor. Still, freedom isn't a switch, it's a slope. You gain it inch by inch, choice by choice. And it starts the moment you stop trading your potential for their profit. There's a reason the richest people preach ownership. They don't say work harder, they say own something that works harder than you. That's not greed, it's leverage. Leverage lets you breathe, think, and build without begging for permission. It's what separates those who live freely from those who just live efficiently. You don't need to destroy the system to win. You just have to stop playing the wrong position. Be the owner, not the owned. So ask yourself, what would your life look like if every hour worked built something that couldn't be taken away? What if the time you spent scrolling went toward creating something that pays you back? That's how you turn awareness into wealth, by refusing to be free labor for algorithms. The first time you make $1 online from something you built, the system feels smaller. The 10th time, it feels breakable. The 100th time, it feels like it was never built for you anyway. That's because it wasn't. It was built for whoever learns the rules faster. Now you know the rules. So stop renting your attention. Stop leasing your talent. Start collecting the rent instead. If this message hit you, prove you still own your attention. Hit like before the algorithm forgets you exist. Subscribe so you never miss another piece of the control wall, and share this with someone still renting their freedom. This is Wealth Directive, teaching you how to own what owns you.